Hey, thank the good Lord for that. Probably our worst practice from an execution standpoint. Got a few things in. It was in the low red zone. Held out a bunch of guys, which caused some, young guys to move up and all that. We got a big scrimmage tomorrow. So obviously we held out some guys a little banged up to make sure we can go for the scrimmage. Should be a great day tomorrow. Not pleased with the execution today. We'll go in and look at it on tape and we'll get better from it moving forward. And, I thought that we got some really good kickoff return work today. Connor Gibbs is a kid at kickoff that's really booming it to the end zone. We got some great competition at field goal. Kicker right now. And Brennan Milliron has probably got a little edge at the snapper right now. He's snapping the ball well. Ryder's snapping well too. It's good competition. I'd say Brennan's got a little edge right now. But the scrimmage will be big, right? We'll get a lot of special teams work in the scrimmage. I know how we do with that. Get some good on good and just keep rocking and rolling and going from there. So with that, we'll open it up.
What's the biggest thing you're hoping to see at tomorrow's scrimmage?
Yeah, man, Andrew, I bet I've answered that question every time the same. I'm looking to see who can block, who can get off blocks, who can tackle, and who can break tackles. Because that's what football is all about. Everybody wants to know at quarterback. The same thing I've said with that. I want to see who will put their eyes in the right spot and then make the throw. It's got to be, we got to have our eyes in the right spot and make the throw accurately where they can catch it. And then see if anybody can make a play off script, because that matters too. Who can make a play off script as well. Probably going to let our two young guys go live, Ethan Crawford and Austin Gonzalez, because they haven't played in a while, and they're young, so we need to see what all they can do. We'll keep all the rest of them in a red jersey. Really looking forward to the kicking game. We'll go kickoff cover versus kickoff return, good on good, full go, and then we'll go punt versus punt return, full go. So that'll be great to see some of these newcomers in settings with special teams and how they're going to be able to help us.
Coach, tomorrow's scrimmage, how big of a factor is that going to be, when you make your starting quarterback decision,
Very big. Guys? Yeah, very big. Yeah, every day is big, but the scrimmage are the biggest. It's kind of like taking a class, homework's good, scratch work's good, pop quizzes, that all counts, but the tests count the most, and so the scrimmage is kind of a test, and so obviously it'll count the most and counts a lot. Yep.
I noticed Caston's still in the red jersey. Will still be in the red jersey tomorrow?
Yes, he will. He's back on Monday as long as everything, he's in concussion protocol, so he'll be back on Monday as long as everything keeps going safe. The health and well-being of our players is utmost with that.
Coach, to the quarterbacks, different situation than last year. Two guys, not a ton of D1 experience, but older guys.
Yeah.
They've been in systems before. You need to talk about how that's been different in the way you're handling them and coaching them and calling plays.
Yeah, well, we try to always coach and call plays and try to cater to the skill set. And these two dudes are really, really intelligent. They're football junkies, and they can handle a lot. They can process a lot of information without their heart rate going up, which is vital to that position. So we've been able to put a lot on them, as much on them as anywhere I've been. We've got as much on them, as we did, at Tulane going into year 2 with Pratt. These two guys can handle it. And so it's been fun. It's been fun to coach them and fun to go. And it's been fun. Tell you what, these two freshmen now, Crawford and Gonzalez. Gonzalez is a processor. Crawford's talented. And they're really coming on, too. It's going to be fun to watch them tomorrow.
Did you have an older quarterback? Didn't see enough at Tulane to know if you're a big tempo guy, but will this lend to you maybe being able to use tempo a little more if you choose to do so?
Yes. Tempo is a feast or famine deal. If everybody can execute it, it's a feast deal. If your kids can't handle it, it can be a lot of famine. And I think our quarterbacks and our O-line in the box can handle looks where people aren't aligned properly, aligned the right way. So I think you will see more tempo this year than what we've seen in the past.
Obviously, like you said earlier, day before the scrimmage, that counts the most. But do you feel like one guy or the other at quarterback may or may not have a small edge in any way?
I don't. I think both of them have had days. Both of them have done things. You might say, oh, man, Holman did this great today. Man, Billy did this great today. I don't think either one of them's had a bad day. I think they've graded out every day as a winner. So it's going to be, like I've said all along, if they both keep continuing to play like this, I'm going to name a starter, and it's going to be a really good player. It's not a deal right now where what you don't want to have happen is have to name a starter by default. You know what I mean? You want to name a starter in a room of really competitive people that are playing well, like D-line right now, right? You got Jalen Williams and Josh Ratcliffe and Quentin Bivens and those guys, and D'Amico Rowland and Brodarius. Whoever starts out of them is going to be a really good player.
Does that kind of make this QB battle more unique in the sense that both quarterbacks can have one good day, then the other one has a good day? It's like a boxing match almost.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's unique. It's a blessing, you know, that they're both playing well and they haven't had a bad day. I mean, that's so. You know, I think good programs are that way. You know, I think Ohio State lost their starter. They're figuring it out. Georgia lost their starter. They're figuring it out. Bama lost their starter. They're figuring it out. I think they got 6 guys competing right now, you know, but they're all highly recruited kids. And, you know, every starter that's ever started in his life at one point had to earn that starting job. You know, we didn't come out of the womb as a starter. You know what I mean? We had to earn that at some point in time in our life. And these kids they're doing well right now. Everybody good?